Hey everybody, thanks so much for tuning in to our second episode of Beyond the Pages. We've got an awesome show lined up for you guys. Take it away, May.
Thank you so much, Jesse. And our next guest on Real Producers Beyond the Pages is Scott Ulrich. So nice to meet you, Scott.
Oh, nice to meet you too.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you. And
Thank you.
all good.
Thanks for joining us. It's our second show, so it's a real treat to have you here.
Well, I know Jesse's trying to put together quite the culture, and she has, and it's nice to be a part of it. So
I
happy to
agree,
help.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I'm a part of it as well.
Yeah.
So let's talk about you and your team. Let's elaborate more about your team.
Well, let's talk more about my team. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm really lucky. I have a great group of ladies, or happen to be all ladies, not by design, just by coincidence. They're all really quality people.
Right.
I kind of developed the group of people that I worked with a premise that, I don't want anybody to work with me that I wouldn't want to go to lunch with and be a friend with and kind of trust and have kind of the same values. And it just worked out that I hired a associate maybe 12, 13 years ago, Shelley Klessinger. And she's my right hand, left hand transaction coordinator, does the advertising, marketing for me,
Wow.
and is a realtor, broker herself, and can show property. She's showing property right now that I can't be at. So
Right.
Shelley's kind of does everything for me, and
Somebody
has
you
been
can
there.
rely
I
on
rely
and
on
trust.
and trust on, and she's got a great rapport with my clients and doing all the disclosures and working them through the glide or whatever it is. And so she's a huge asset and has been with me forever. And I don't know that I might be able to do it without her, but I don't know that I'd want to do it without her.
It
So
would be
I'm
stressful
really,
without her.
I'd have somebody else do it anyway. She's got total job security because she knows how to run all this stuff and do all that. And then we started kind of growing the office a little bit. There was a lady that was showing one of my condos that I had for sale, and it was a little 1,000-square-foot condo. It wasn't that really special, but after I watched her show it to her client, she was representing the buyer, she showed it looked so nice that I thought I'd want to buy it. I mean, so I enlisted her to come work for me, so I'd have somebody else to help me show property if I had to be.
She's talented.
She's really good, gifted, and she's a broker too, and she's been in real estate her whole life and does really well and does all over the county, but she lives in Coronado and has raised her family in Coronado, and so she, we went to the same church and all this stuff. She's been a perfect associate to have on board, and so those two are kind of the old school of my group, but the group kind of keeps expanding, and now we have 7 total people that are all helping. And the best part about it is, we have a real nice culture amongst each other. We just had a Christmas luncheon yesterday, and it's just like a fun thing to go to lunch with these guys.
They've become
ladies.
family.
Yeah, it's kind of there's a little bit of a family kind of relationship there. Everybody wants to help each other and kind of looks for ways to help each other, which without expecting anything for it. It's not like I'm going to do this or you owe me this. It's how can I do something for you? And they all divvy up the time to have open houses on houses that I have listed and or floor time in the office if they want to do that. So, and they all work great, and Shelley kind of manages them all, and it makes doing business really, really fun.
That's fantastic. So have you grown all of these wonderful women within the last year?
No, they've kind of come on. Gosh, I think Beth's probably been around 7 or 8 years.
Okay.
And I had the next one I had was a lady named Marianne Abbott who came on. She was actually having an open house for me because I needed somebody else to have open houses, and she didn't work for me. And she did so good. She took a client and took them and found them the first deal and sold them something else, and started working from there. And so I asked her to come on because I needed some more help there. And then Shelley's daughter came on, Ashley, who's got her license and does a ton of business down in IB. I have a new girl that came on most recently is a girl named Millie Chase, and Millie was a trainer, a Tom Ferry trainer, worked with Tom Ferry forever, and then she wanted to transition into it.
Another great asset, especially coming over from Tom
Ferry.
And
when we shut down the Sotheby's operation the way it was before, a couple years ago, we moved all the Sotheby's shut down all the other office they had, and I kind of have the only office left there. There was a lady named Jerry Lynn Fives who's been around Coronado forever. I've known her. She was with Berkshire Hathaway for a long time, and then came over to Sotheby's, and she's been really involved in all the workings of San Diego Realtor Association. She's been in that whole legislating, traveled and done all that stuff. In fact, she was named Realtor of the Year for San Diego Realtor Association last year. So she's been really great and super neat person. And so Jerry Lynn's on board. And we have another girl who was actually over from Point Loma. And I had stumbled into a listing over there, and she met me there, and we hit it off. And Marissa Ponce, she comes and works for me. She lives in Coronado now and is doing great, having open houses and, all that kind of stuff. So it's a great crew of people, between all of them. So it's a lot of fun.
You have a wonderful team.
Yeah.
And it sounds like
it's
you're
kinda fun.
wonderful to work with as well. So hence why you have a great team behind
I think
you.
we all have a good time. They seem to appreciate everything, and it works out great for all of us.
Well, I wish you all happy
Thanks.
holidays.
Yeah.
Enjoy this time of year, and I'm looking forward to hearing how you and your team do in 2022.
Well, let's hope we do half as good as we did this year, and we'll be fine.
I think
So,
you'll do fantastic.
yeah.
You have a fantastic group behind you. So
Yeah, yeah.
thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you,
us
May.
today,
Thanks,
Scott.
Thanks. I enjoyed it.
Well, that was
Appreciate
Scott, and our next guest joining us will be Miriam Havashi. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, May.
I love having you.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays to everyone. This is the best time of the year for so many reasons, but and I'm excited to talk about all the things that our viewers hopefully are going to take advantage of and help propel their business to the next level for next year.
And I'm excited to hear more about what you do and what you're willing to offer, to your clients. So I'd like to hear more about it. I hear your quote many times over from people. You're a wonderful, inspirational person. And so the quote that I hear a lot is, your quote is, you are your biggest investment, correct?
Yes.
And I want to learn and dive more into that. I want to know, if I were to become a client and I now come to your seminar, what I gain from that. How do I learn more about how I am my biggest investment?
Exactly. Oftentimes, we are so busy doing what we're doing, and we're focused on impacting others. But the bottom line is that you cannot expect anyone to see value within you if you're not seeing it within yourself first. And we are our own cap. So if we're in a leadership team and we want to grow these agents, then who is lifting our lid? So that we could always be that one step ahead when it comes to developing agents, or as a salesperson when we're educating clients in the field. So I think no matter what level we are in business, whether we just got licensed, whether we're struggling, whether we've been stagnant, whether we are six-figure earners and just want to get to the next level, every single one of us, including myself, benefits from having the right business development coach. And it is very normal for you to outgrow your coach. We're not supposed to be with the same person, because if we're only coaching with one person, we're crippling our growth as well.
Right.
So it's about learning what to do. Sometimes it could even be learning what not to do, and who would be those next level coaches that come into our life. Not only from the companies that we represent, but also from top agents or top producers we are aspiring to become, or top leaders, but also people that are outside of the industry of what we bring on. I remember several years ago when I was a former CEO representing the insurance investment industry. I was in that business for over 15 years. And I remember going to NASA, and we're sitting with C-suite executives, and someone stood up and said, once you work for an organization, your growth has stopped. And I'm like, wow, that's a bold statement.
Very.
What is he saying? And what he was trying to say is that if you want to continue growing, not only learn from people that are within your field, but also invest in learning from people that are not in your field, because that's where the out-of-the-box strategies are taking place. So
Makes
just
sense.
going back to your original question, what kind of people usually end up investing in a business coach? These are people that either need to become more confident in what they're doing, or they need to eliminate procrastination. Most people lack systems and process. They might have great training and development, but systems and process is a different thing. Maybe they're looking at enhancing their recruiting skills, retention skills, developing producers, systems and process, as I said, but as it relates to marketing and branding. So there is an array of things that people are looking to accomplish, whether it's personal growth, professional growth, leading to ultimately financial security.
Amazing. So there's so many different developmental coaches out there, right? What makes you unique?
I was thinking about this when I was getting ready to come on the show, and I often think about it because my personal goal is to bring something to the table that my competitors don't bring. Whether they're up and coming new coaches or they're well-known coaches that we're all aware of. And spending over 15 years in the insurance investment industry, what I also bring to the table is not only teaching you how to create wealth, but how to protect and grow wealth. 99.9% of my clients might be making great money, but too much is sitting in liquid accounts, or they haven't put the oxygen mask on themselves yet with proper tax-deferred investments and growth, or insurance and investment. And the number one goal isn't, I'm a realtor, let me go get my first property. There's other things that we need to do so that our money is working as hard as we did to earn it. So 10 or 20 years from now, every single one of my clients, the goal is for them to be a self-made millionaire if they're not already.
Wow.
So bringing in 4 components. One is, it's not about helping you make money. Making money is the end profit. That should never be the reason why any of us decide to go into what we are doing.
I 100% agree.
I concentrate on 3 things. Increasing your impact, your influence, and your productivity. If I can increase those, well, of course you're going to make more income than your competitor and be above mediocre. So first, supporting you and your team's goals. Second, it would be bringing personal wealth. So you really know about money, finance, managing and growing that and protecting that. Third, personal wellness. When we're go, 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 especially in the US, and we all want this ceilingless opportunity, we are adapting all day long. There is who we are naturally, and then there's what we're adapting to in order to connect with people. Everybody communicates, but not everybody connects. That in itself causes stress. So this is why a lot of people suffer from insomnia or depression or anxiety, but yet they're trying to put it all together every day. So one thing I bring to the table is self-talk, self-reflection. And how do you, on a daily basis, reset that button so you can keep consistent in your business instead of experiencing the up and down, having a good month, good quarter, bad quarter. So for me, it's all about consistency. And then last but not least, which is something I know I'm doing right now and I'm still not content. I'm the kind of person who's never content. And I always want to do more and influence and impact more, is what is our greater purpose? Our greater purpose is above and beyond what we are doing now. It's us accomplishing greatness and then taking that and helping people that are maybe not as fortunate or are more underprivileged and feeding that greater purpose. So I also develop my clients into, okay, you're going to be the best realtor or the best escrow or lender or all the other professions that I coach, but ultimately what is going to be that greater purpose, because legacy matters.
That's fantastic. Already, like, I'm so intrigued by you. I want to learn more. And, you know, you gave some examples that hit home. So it's amazing just hearing you talk, how successful you are, and obviously how successful your clients become by being coached by you.
Thank you so much. I owe it to them. You could have, I'm a mom of 3. I have 3 grown kids, and we see it all the time. We give the best advice to protect our babies, and then because we love them and we want to make sure they don't sometimes make the mistakes that we made.
Right.
But at the same time, everybody does need to fail forward. They do need to make their own mistakes at times and learn from it. But as parents, we try our best to minimize that. And then you hear that someone else said the same thing to them, and it was like liquid gold, even though you've been preaching it for years.
Right.
So with my students, they need to want success more than I want it for them. I made the mistake through my corporate life of 25 years when I was building teams from 0 to thousands. I made that mistake of seeing something in them that they didn't see, or wanting success more for them. And at the end, it won't work. That why needs to come from them. So in my program, we don't jump into professional tools like most coaches do. I'm not your typical accountability coach. Tell me how many dials you made, how many people you called, how many you closed, what's your number. Because if they don't know what activities they need to have in order to come up with those numbers, or what kind of grit and mindset and confidence it takes to prospect or be on top of their game, then the numbers don't matter. So I concentrate more on them understanding that this is about them, their business, their growth. How bad do they want it? My coaching program requires them to watch their videos every week, to work in their workbook, and then come on our one-on-one and group calls every week and sell me. Tell me what they learned. Tell me what they're going to do about it, and call it out and take it out of their mind and their heart and actually put it into words and start building a blueprint.
With your coaching program, how many weeks is that?
I have 4 coaching programs. One is for sales only.
Okay.
These are for individuals who say, hey, listen, I'm too new to go into leadership, or I don't even enjoy leading others. It's between me and client acquisition. So that's a 12-week program. And the
Okay.
reason it's a 12-week program is because it takes 90 days to build a habit. And I'm taking 25 years of working with multimillionaires, working with thought leaders, things I've done out of the box, but also mistakes I've made that I don't want my clients to make, or I want to make sure they watch out for it. So they're more proactive versus reactive. So the first one would be a 12-week program for sales, A through Z of sales.
Okay.
You know, leave no stone unturned. The second program is Infused Leadership Development. This is going to be for someone who says, I'm leading, but I'm no longer selling. So I need to become better at recruiting, retaining, and developing producers, and being that legacy leader, and learning how to better develop my leadership team. The third one, which is very popular, is the pairing of sales and leadership. I'm playing all the roles, all the hats. I'm selling, I'm recruiting, I'm developing agents, I'm developing leaders, and I'm hoping to have a 3 to 5 year plan to maybe step out of being the biggest dog in the kennel and being that top producer, and eventually allowing my team's hustle and production to weigh way more than what I did solo. And that one's an 18-week program because it's the most comprehensive.
Right.
And once you are finished with those 3, we go into a monthly, month-to-month, once-a-month subscription program, because they probably are tired of hearing from me, and they don't need to be with me every week for 2 hours anymore.
Okay. And obviously that means growth, substantial growth for them if they get to that point as well.
Oh, yes.
Right? At that stage of the game.
100%. Right now, I have 50 students a week throughout the US and Canada. We have solar, roofer, restaurant, fitness, insurance, investment, real estate, affiliates, nurse practitioner, trust attorney. Sales is sales. Sales is a product.
Yes. It doesn't
And
matter what it is.
It doesn't matter
No,
what it is.
It does not matter what it is.
No, and leading is people. And if we get the foundation and the formula, and we get those strong roots going, well, then there's nowhere to go but up.
Right.
So anyone who's been in my program has minimized, doubled, if not quadrupled their growth.
Amazing.
And to me, my goal is that they all become more successful than I ever have been.
These are all your babies,
Yes.
right? Essentially.
I love them all.
Yes, you've helped develop them and you helped change habits, which is fantastic. So you have 50, you said, from United States to Canada. What do you foresee in 2022? It just sounds like, you've basically you've branded yourself, and now the work happens for you. I mean, just hearing the words come out of your mouth has made me so interested. And I know so many more of our viewers. So I can only just imagine the growth for next year, 2022.
2022. So I speak 9 hours a day, nonstop. As you could see, I have a hoarse voice. And business is all about scalability, which is what I teach my clients, whether they want to be solo agents, their team is going to be their support staff, because you have to do what you do best and you need to outsource the rest. And or they're in leadership roles and they want to develop their agents or their team leaders. For me, in 2022, it's Infused Theory coaches. And Infused Theory coaches, any age, 21 and up, because it's going to be my curriculum, my workbook, my words. They're basically the messenger. And it's only going to be students that have successfully graduated from my program,
Okay.
that have the proof in the pudding, and appreciate what they learned, believe in it, they're loyal to it. So the coaches are going to be hand-picked Infused Theory students who are going to continue to do whatever they're passionate in. So the goal isn't to take someone out of real estate and put them into becoming a coach. The goal is to help them have an additional residual income opportunity. Who wouldn't want to be working for a team leader who's actually also a certified sales and leadership coach? Or who wouldn't want to hire someone as their realtor who isn't also coaching a tribe of professionals?
Right.
So it's to enhance what they're doing, bring more value, and at the same time, scale my business with people who I know can be an example of what greatness looks like.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing more about it in 2022. And thank you so much. You have been such a joy to have on the show. You are wonderful. You help thousands of people, and I know it's just going to continue to grow.
Thank you.
And I appreciate, again, having you here today with us.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy that I met you today and you took your time with me. And happy holidays to all of our viewers. And finish strong. Finish strong. It's not over yet. Just count every day until the end of December, last day of December. And this is the time. It's never too late.
No.
So if you want to ensure an amazing 2022, again, you are your biggest investment. This is the time to do that. I guarantee my results if people are finishing the program. And imagine if you invested 3 months in your own professional development, knowing you have the remainder of 2022 to double your production. How would it impact you personally? How would it impact you professionally, financially? And again, either we do something amazing and great, or we shouldn't do it at all.
Right.
Right?
And we only have one life to live as far as we know. So
That's
why
right.
not make the best of who we are?
That's right.
Right?
Exactly.
Well,
so thank you.
Thank you so much, and happy holidays to you, Miriam.
Thank you so much.
And next up, we have Tracy and Mike Campagna. Welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. So from San Diego, what is it? The SD Mortgage Couple.
We are
correct?
the SD Mortgage Couple, absolutely.
Well, nice to meet you guys. So I want to
Thank
hear
you.
more about you guys and what differentiates you from other mortgage companies.
Absolutely, and we're happy to tell you.
Please
So
do.
the first of all is that there's two of us, so two for the price of one, which is always amazing.
Right.
And when you come to us with a problem, we solve it right away, put both of our heads together, and come up with solutions. Which is better than just one person.
A lot of times we find calls come in late at night and we're able to bounce ideas off each other or solutions
Or also, if he's in the bathroom, I can pick up the phone.
Right.
Which works better.
Yeah, so it's not delegating it to assistant, it's delegating it to, a high-level loan officer. So it's not really the same dynamic if we were just had assistants, handling our business. It's, we kind of chat back and forth and figure out what's best for the client.
Also, we both work at two different companies. So Michael was with C2 Financial, and I'm with Guaranteed Rate, which makes us even more dynamic because we're able to then shop the loan within the two of us.
Right. 100% agree on that.
There's some things I'm better with, there's some things she's better with, and between the two of us, really it's a dynamic duo.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful. So 2021, I'm sure, has been a phenomenal year for you guys. Obviously you're busy right now with deals. 2022, what do you guys see for 2022?
Well, in 2021, we literally doubled our business. We're ending the year right around 161 million year to date, and we're still going, so maybe even a little bit higher than that. But we've literally doubled our business. What do you think for 2022?
2022, I feel like a stabilization. I feel maybe a little bit of a slowdown, but not super slow. Maybe rates will tick up a little bit, but they're still going to be really super low compared to where they are historically. So I think it's going to be a good year for purchases. Inventory's low, so hopefully there's some people out there drumming up listings for buyers agents to sell, and hopefully we able to help the people with the financing.
Right, and like you said, there's two of you, so obviously you're able to find the best rate. I know that the Fed just put out on Wednesday that we may go up a point, right, by the end of the year.
That's right.
They want to raise rates.
Right. More anxious than ever to
and
raise
that's
rates.
that's due to inflation too. So
Right.
if you don't raise rates, money supply, simple economics, more money out there, you slow down the money supply, you slow down inflation.
But that's okay because we have a proprietary program that I don't even know anyone else offering where we're able to help cover closing costs, not only on VA, but also on FHA loans. And most of our first-time home buyers are either VA or FHA. So to be able to cover closing costs, which is literally thousands of dollars, could be up to $8,000 to $9,000 to $10,000 or more, we really can do something to create a home buyer that no one else is doing.
That's phenomenal.
It
Now,
is.
where is the best way, or where is the best place for people to reach you if they want to contact you?
Social media.
Absolutely. We're all over Instagram. Of course, they can just hit us up on the DM, slide into our DMs. Give us a
SD
call on our
Mortgage
cell
Couple
phone.
on Instagram. Our
Yes.
phone numbers 312-479-5656. TikTok we're doing now.
We're
right?
trying to do the TikTok.
Yes, you need to. That is what's in right now
We're
and what's
going.
popular, and you need to be where the viewers are at.
We're going to be in the
right?
multiverse soon. So
Metaverse.
The metaverse.
Find us in the metaverse.
That's
soon.
right, the metaverse. Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else you guys want to touch on? I mean, you guys are phenomenal at what you do, obviously.
just if you're looking for really great partners that can answer the phone and that can be there for you and support you and your clients nonstop, I'm talking like
There for you ×2 is our little catch
yes,
slogan.
yes. If you're looking for new partners, give us a call. We're happy to help.
Well, thank you so much for joining
Yeah,
us
thank
today.
you.
I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Happy holidays to you guys.
Thank you so much.
And I look forward to hearing how things go in 2022 for you, Bob.
All right, we'll
Us
help you
too,
with
yeah,
your house.
Oh, please, yes, don't worry. I will reach out to you. I know it now. San Diego Mortgage Couple.
Absolutely.
Right?
Okay.
Thank you so much again for joining us.
Thank
And
you.
next up, we have Jack Campbell.
It's something that you can do for your listings and for your sellers that other agents can't offer.
I just love coming here. I love the look of the new studio.
The world is moving to video, and video is a key component in every real estate agent's toolkit.
This new Market Movers, wow, this is what all agents should be on. The content I'm getting and the ability to keep adding to my video library, because this is where it's happening. It's Real Talk Media.
Just so professional. I know we could not do that on our own. We love the Market Movers segments, and we are just building our own library.
Everyone's always so friendly, and I was just commenting how efficient everyone is. And with busy real estate lives, we need that.
If you guys haven't been here, you're missing out. This is the best place, super modern, updated studio, and I can talk about my listings, I can talk about important issues in real estate, and I can really get my thoughts across to the people that I want to engage with directly. So if you feel the same way, if you want to talk about your business and yourself, and if you want to get out there to everybody else, Real Talk Media is the best way to do it. Come out here and check it out, guys. What are you doing watching this video for? Come on out here.
How's it going?
It's going awesome, man. Thank you for. I'm excited to be here. I mean, this is awesome.
Me too. Happy
Good opportunity.
holidays. I
Thank you.
love your jacket.
Yeah, there's nothing
so
wrong
festive.
with llamas in Christmas time, right?
No, exactly.
In San Diego?
Llamas are calm and sweet.
Yeah.
Yes, I just love it. And they're so festive with their hats. So I want to talk about, we're December, right? It's the
Yeah.
end of, we're ending 2021.
Right.
We are talking about the forecast of 2022. What do you think about that?
Yeah. I tell you, 2021 has been such a dramatic year. I think we would be remiss to dive into 2022 without really just taking a minute with some gratitude for 2021. I mean, there's so much that goes into all of us dealing with the things that we've worked on this year, and it's way beyond real estate. you know, it's taking an opportunity this year to take the gravity of what we've all digest, and every year's got its woes. And, you know, the word gratitude gets thrown around often. May, what does gratitude mean to you?
Wow, gratitude. There's so many words I can put into gratitude. Obviously, being grateful, hence the word gratitude, being grateful for what has been presented to me, the blessings that I have received, the people in my life, the way that they've treated me. Being grateful is being thankful.
Yeah.
There's just so many words to explain gratitude.
I mean, for me, I mean, I'm grateful for a lot of things. I'm grateful for you, May. I mean, thank you for the time you spent with me all year here on the studio set. I mean, what an amazing opportunity for myself, and to have an audience with, you know, the people who I'm having the opportunity to share information with, whether it's informative information or information about how they can change their lives or move forward. I'm really grateful to be surrounded by amazing people, right? So in my world, one of the unique things about being a real estate agent and being in this industry is my ability to choose who I get to be around, right? And that means being surrounded by super optimistic people. So Stephanie, amazing. My wife, phenomenal. My kids, all super positive people in my life. My parents, I couldn't be here without them. And I know a lot of us have really tight connections with our parents, but I tell you, whether my parents are aware of it or not, they're the foundation, they're the real framework of really what's brought me here, and they still ground me in ways. I recently visited with them, and it's amazing through these holiday times that how grounding it is to be with friends and family. A close friend of mine, Eric, I mean, just there are so many people I mean, my team, they're phenomenal. I've got an extended team that every day wake up thinking about business, about work, about our clients. I mean, our clients.
Yes.
Our clients. It's everybody I am blessed to work with are forward thinking. They're all people who will wake up every day moving their lives forward in a positive way. Those people who carry negativity or don't want to make their lives better or help the people around them, I love the fact that I get the choice to not work with those folks. I get to work with the people who are inspired, who want to grow their lives, grow their wealth, help the people around them, and lift each other up. And that, I'll tell you, my wife would laugh if she's here because she'd know watching this video that I'm on the back holding back tears. But the truth is, I really just love the real estate industry. I love my clients. I love my team. I love being here on the set with you guys. This is amazing. Even the back staff, everybody who helps put these productions on, it's amazing.
Well, we feel the same way about you.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the opportunities that even 2021 has brought. It's
beyond what we could have imagined, isn't it?
It is.
It is really beyond what we could have imagined.
And sometimes you don't recognize how much you have until it gets risked, until somebody threatens to take it away. Then you know.
Right.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, that really is.
Go 2021 and bring on 2022. I'm ready. I'm ready for that.
Well, when you're surrounded by such exceptional people, I mean, you're exceptional yourself. So it is really true. I think you are who you hang out with, right? And when you have such a powerful team behind you, your wife, your children, your team at work, your clients, it can only be great. 2022 is going to be another great year, and we're going to have this grateful talk, I'm assuming, and at the end of 2022.
I'm sure we will.
After this show.
I'm sure we're all going to grow together.
Yes.
I'm sure even here in the studio, you guys are everybody's just going to collectively move forward. And if we surround ourselves with the right people and the good positive momentum, it's going to have a massive difference. And I believe from a society standpoint, that's what we need right now.
Yes, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Well, you're a great person. You're a great human being. And I wish you and your family the very best for 2022 and a very special holiday season.
I really appreciate having on today.
Yeah, thank you for coming, Jack.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Our next guest is a beautiful guest. I just love her so much. Cherie Jones is joining us, so welcome and happy holidays.
Thank you, same to you.
Thank you, and I have to say, I told you off camera, but I just think you're stunning.
I appreciate that, thank you.
I don't mean to make you blush, you're welcome. So let's talk more about you. I want to learn about you, how you got started, what you do.
Right, so I actually am a real estate broker. It'll be 9 years actually in a couple months. And how I got started actually, I used to work for a property management company. I went to school for accounting, so I was accounting director. My boss said, hey, I'm gonna start a real estate company, you should get your real estate license. And I said, sure, I don't have anything else to do. And I couldn't even imagine of where I am now. That one little question kind of really got me. And so in 2017, I decided to start my own real estate company. And I just took a leap, and here I am now. So
wow, look at you. Okay, so what's your real estate company name?
So it's called SAKK Realty.
Okay.
It stands for me and my daughters. It's Cherie, Amaya, Kiara, and Kayla. And when I started it, we used to call ourselves the SAK Girls before I even knew I was going to start a real estate company. And we would go out, and it would be like a SAK day out. And then when I started my company, I needed a name. I just ran with it, and I just took it. So
I love
SAK Realty.
I love the meaning behind it. So that's what you would do with your girls, like the SAK day out, and it was you and your girls. They have beautiful names, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's so meaningful, you know, and obviously helps with your success of your business because it's so meaningful.
It definitely does. I think it stands on a values, you know, family values, just really togetherness, and then of course when you're buying a home, it really translates to family gathering. And so when I bring that to my clients is, you know, a family thing. You know, I tell people that when you buy a home with SAK Realty, you're now a part of the SAK family, and it's for everything. Like, you're locked in. Even with my agents, they're locked in. I consider it a family gathering. And I call them, like, we're not a team, we're family. So welcome to the SAK family. So
I just love that. And they become family to you.
Right, exactly.
So do you have a team, or is it you solely? How does that work with your company?
So it's been a lot of growth this last year.
I bet.
I really went from 1 agent to 5 agents in a matter of like a month. And then last week, I just added on my 6th agent, and we had a team meeting, and I said, no more agents. Like, we're gonna stop this for a minute, and then we'll regroup in the summertime and see if we can add on more. But I really just want it to be, I didn't want to be so big that when my agents couldn't access me or even contact me, I wanted to be a really hands-on broker, so I make sure that I'm available. And so I want to make sure that my team is to the limit of to my capacity.
Well, and congratulations on the growth of your 6th already.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. So what separates you? I mean, obviously family values are very important to you. I just asked that question, what sets you apart from other realtors? You do have such a great family value core.
Really what separates is really like the whole family aspect, but not only that, I really strive to educate my clients rather than to sell. Anybody could be a salesperson, but I really feel like if you educate your clients, they trust you more, you empower them to make the decisions instead of you just saying like, do this. And so for me, I noticed that a lot of agents just like shove information, do this, where I really just take my time and walk them through the entire process. Because I tell them, like, buying a home is the biggest purchase you'll ever do. It's not like a pair of shoes where you wake up the next day and you have buyer's remorse and you take it back. You can't do that. This is just, you close your door, you're stuck with this house. So.
Right. Mind you, in this market, I mean, this market is a very unique market where they could automatically turn around. But like you said, that's not the case normally. This is something that you want to fall in love with, and this now becomes a part of your life. Right?
It's a big thing.
It's a huge investment.
Right. And I know clients will ask me, you know, what do you think of this house? And I always say, like, I think I don't have to live here, you know, because I can give my opinion, but at the end of the day, when you close your door, this is something that you have to live in. So I want to make sure that what's your opinion of the home? Do you like it enough to where you can live here for the next year, 2 or 3, 30 years, you know, because that's what the loan is. So I always kind of put that question back on them, like, I don't have to live here. What do you think about it? So.
Well, good for you. It sounds like you're extremely successful. You obviously have a great relationship with real producers.
Right.
So tell me more about it. I'm sure you've been featured, or are you?
Yes.
Yes.
I was in the September 2020 edition. It was their 3-year anniversary edition, and I got the broker spotlight. It was me and my kids and my husband got to do the whole spread, and it was unique because I got to do about my company and then also about my nonprofit. that I run too, called Black San Diego.
Can you elaborate on that for me?
Yes.
Okay.
So I started Black San Diego May 2016 with a childhood friend. We wanted a way to support local Black-owned businesses because we realized that we're here one day and then gone the next, and we're trying to figure out why. So we started. Our Facebook group has 41,000 members, and our Instagram has about 10,000. And we hold food events once a month where it's just really bringing the community together through food. And so we turn into a nonprofit, and we just support each other's businesses.
Is it okay if we promote it right now?
Yes.
So what is the Instagram page?
So it's actually Black San Diego. So
Okay.
you can go type up Black San Diego. You can also go on Facebook and type in Black San Diego and join the group.
Okay, so it comes up right away if you put that in?
Right.
Okay.
Anybody can join the group. And then we also have a website. It's ourbsd.com. So you can also figure out what's going on in the community, where you want to go, what's happening, events. It's all there. So.
That touches my heart so much that not only are you a go-getter and a hard worker at your real estate company, but the fact that you head up a nonprofit just really touches my heart.
Thank you.
Wow. So do you try to do something monthly, or how does that work with your nonprofit?
We do, but of course COVID it slowed everything down.
Good point.
But we're trying to get back out there and really trying to hold more events. But that's definitely how I met Jessie through everything. Just because she did a webinar with race and real estate, and I was featured on that too. And so then I'm really thankful for Jessie because of her. It's kind of opened my pipeline to new lenders, just new opportunities, even like being featured on here too. So Jessie's been great. The San Diego producers community has been great too. And I think it's really contributed to the growth of my business over the last year. So.
Well, you're a wonderful human being,
Thank
so
you.
rightfully so, in my opinion.
Thank you. I
You're
appreciate
amazing.
that.
You're welcome. So what do you foresee in 2022? Both personal and your business side of things.
So personal, I really just, my 19-year-old daughter is trying to get her license, so I'm really trying to focus on that. She's in college too to study for chemistry.
Okay.
But definitely really focus on, of course, the family aspect, just because that's a big thing. Even for business, really, I have a lot of newer agents who've been licensed like maybe less than a year, so I'm really focused on really training them and getting them up to the point where I'm at as far as like helping clients. And I talk to them individually and ask them what their goals were. They have some pretty big goals, so that means that their goals translate into the company goals, and I know that we're just going to kill it next year. So
Yeah, you are. Yeah. And I don't think it's going to be much different. I mean, if we could pull out our little crystal ball like we always say to everybody all the time, you know, with the Fed just announcing that they're going to raise rates, I don't think it's going to be something crazy. We live in San Diego, so we live in a very different city than a lot of the other parts of the nation. So I think we don't ever really fluctuate that much. And I just see your company continuing to rise.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're you're a wonderful person.
Thank you.
So I just want to make sure viewers are following your nonprofit because that's super important to me. And then where can they reach and contact you for your business?
Right. So you can actually find us on the website. It's sakkrealty.com, or you can contact me directly. My business line is open 24/7, but it's 619-607-2439. Me and my team are always available and open and ready to really educate you through the home buying process. So.
Well, it has been a pleasure talking to you today and learning about you and your nonprofit and your wonderful business that you're successful at. So. And congratulations to your daughter. I'm really excited for her. She'll get it. And I'm so super proud of her.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure having you today.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Sheree.
Hi, this is Casey from 5 Star Escrow. What can I do for you today? No, this is not a bad time. Yeah, give me a second to pull up your files. Yeah, I have your files right here, and it looks like your escrow will be closed by tomorrow afternoon. Of course. At 5 Star, anytime's a good time.
Okay, so I have a really awesome guest joining us, Giuseppe Gianloretano. Welcome back.
Yeah! Best year ever, closing out 2021. Can't wait for 2022.
You are amazing.
Well, thank
Honestly, not only do I know you on the show, you're a friend of mine, and I also follow you on your social media platforms.
Uh-oh.
You're fantastic. You honestly are.
Well, thank you.
You're
I appreciate
a fantastic
that.
human being. So I want to talk more about you. I want our viewers to learn more about who you are, like we know about you.
Oh boy. Okay. Geez, where do you start? Where do you end?
Well, let's start on how you got started.
Well, so long story short, to quote Stephen King, I had kind of cast about the trail of my profession, and I had left military service, and I was a recruiter in the Navy, and I knew I wanted to capitalize. I had an ability to network, bring people together, and I said to myself, well, how do I capitalize on that? And so a gentleman who was like the financial father I never had brought me into real estate, and that's what. And interestingly enough, it was I had interviewed with a company that specialized in recruiting military officers and putting them in the civilian workforce. That was the last paid or W-2 position I interviewed with. They wouldn't bring me on board because they said I was going to get bored. So that was like the universe saying, hey, you know what? Time for you to get out there on your own and build your business. And that was 8.5 years, or 2012. Yeah, so 9.5 years ago.
Okay.
Got licensed in 2013, and I built this organically. You know, as I've talked, don't have the backing of a national brokerage, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what I built is, a grounds up, grassroots campaign, where my clients stick with me, and we make it happen.
Good for you. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
9 years later, first of all, thank you so much for your service.
Oh, you're welcome.
as
It was
well
a
for our
pleasure and honor to
country.
serve.
Well, I really appreciate that. I
Sure.
really appreciate people like you that serve for us.
Oh,
give
thank
us our
you.
freedom. So thank you for that.
Oh, thank you.
And now, of course, you're successful. You've been 9.5 years into this. And what do you foresee? I mean, this 2021 have been fantastic years, right? We have to be honest. I mean, that has been great for, I think, majority of our agents. So what do you see moving forward in 2022?
Well, you're right, but I think it's funny because in early 2020 I did a few deals, and then there was that sort of lull, if you will. Sometimes when you're newer into the business, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna have to go drive for Lyft or Uber or something, and then 2020 really kicked it into gear, and then 2021 the momentum's carried over, and what I've told people is that it's been very good. The numbers, if you will,
right.
The production's been good, but that's not what I relish. What I relish is that my practice has gone to a point now where, regardless of the ebbs and flows of the business, I'm always going to have somebody that's going to come to me and go, JR, you know what? Let's go make this deal happen. I did a deal yesterday with a buddy of mine. This is our second one in 2 years. And we did a little photo op on the beach, and people took photos, and they're like, hey, you guys business partners? And my friend goes, no, that's just my realtor on retainer. And that's what I relish. And then for 2022, it's going to continue. But of course, bigger picture, hey, let's face it, right now, small quantity out there, rates are slowly starting to go back up again. But, so it's a matter of I'm dealing with a lot of buyers.
Okay.
And I go, look, we're probably not going to get the first one you like, but I'm all about energy and building up energy. You know what? We're going to build it up. We're going to build it up. We're probably going to get a few rejections. We're probably going to have to look at 20 houses, make 5 offers on some of them, but we're finally going to do it. And that's what happened in OB for my buddy. And in the sea of high prices, I'm proud. We found him a listing that had dropped in price, and we came in a little lower because we examined the market, and everybody was happy in the end. We made it happen.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
So competitively priced, or did he get it at a competitive price?
I believe for him,
right.
He got a below market value.
Wow.
And I'm very happy. 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo in Ocean Beach, and it was originally at $650 at the end of September. 20 days later, $640. 20 days later, $625. We came in at $615. They countered $619. We're off to the races.
Fantastic.
And the listing agent was fantastic. What a way to end the year with a true professional.
So not only do you focus on customer service, right?
Absolutely.
But you also really treat your clients like their family.
Yes.
And I think that's what really differentiates you from a lot of other real estate agents who maybe just be too busy with the hustle and bustle.
You know, the listing agent made a comment. You know, early on, I said, hey, so far it's been really good working with you. And he remarked, he go, JR, a lot of agents I work with, they get in the escrow and then they disappear. And as I've written on social media before, the thing about my clientele is they could yell at me, we could yell at each other 1 minute, and then the next minute we're going to be okay.
Right.
Kind of like my Latin Arab culture.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You want to strangle each other, and then 5 minutes later it's hugs and kisses.
And you're inviting them over for dinner.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. Yeah.
Great. Well, how can our viewers contact you?
Cell phone, 760-613-3075, or jr.loretano@gmail.com, or justradical73 on Instagram.
Perfect.
There you go.
Well, you're a joy to have.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the festive outfit. I love the hat.
Thank you.
I appreciate it for this season. You bring joy to our faces. And our hearts, of course. I love having you as our guest.
Thank you so much. Appreciate May, Carrie, Carly, and Jesse, who's out there, and the opportunity to come on here, say hi to everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Wishing you all the best in 2022. Let's go out there and make it happen.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, May.
Happy holidays.
Same to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Our beautiful guest joining us is Kelly Miles. So welcome, Kelly.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you.
Thank you. We're getting so close to I'm thinking Christmas is already coming up. Like, are we almost like it's next week?
I know.
Right? But I feel like it's like just a little over a week away.
It's insane. My life is still stuck in 2019.
Right.
And now it's going to be 2022. Like, how? I don't know.
I don't know
I don't
either.
know.
I'm chalking it down to 2020 and 2021 was the whole COVID, some people staying at home all year long, and then those days go by so slow, but when you look back at it, you feel like it's all just one day.
It's
like
crazy.
2020 and 2021, you're like, oh, it felt like it was just one day all rolled in together.
No, it's time is such a weird thing right now. And it's so funny because I've had so many friends who have had babies, like COVID babies through
Right.
all of this. And a lot of them are like walking now. And I'm like, wait, I haven't like progressed at all. All I've done is worked this whole time, you know?
Right, but you've become successful in another way,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, we've
Obviously.
been so blessed in real estate. I mean, that's the one great thing that's come out of this is, you know, we were hyper focused on our homes and we were stuck at home, and the real estate market just boomed. You know, people weren't able to go on vacations anymore. They were working more. You know, their savings were kind of building up. And, you know, we also had a lot of people that could relocate to places like San Diego that had the flexibility to work from home. So, yeah, the real estate market through COVID has been pretty unbelievable.
And who would have thought? When
thought?
COVID first was announced, it was a scary thing. And I kind of thought, is everything going to shut down?
Yeah.
Who would have thought the market would have took a turn like this?
Right.
It's amazing.
No, I mean, it shocked even all of us in the industry. And there were, I think it was a week or 2 weeks in the very beginning of COVID where we weren't allowed to show properties. And things were just kind of silent and still. And I did lose so many clients through that time because they were like, you know, Kelly, it's just so unclear, like what the future is going to be like. But then after those 2 weeks of kind of stillness, it just ramped up and just didn't stop for now almost 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It's crazy.
So let's talk about your successes. You're with Compass.
I am,
Right?
yes.
Okay. And you have a team, obviously, with you?
No, actually, so I'm a principal agent.
Okay.
So I am by myself, and then I also have an assistant. So
Okay.
It's me. So that's kind of one of the advantages to working with me is, you know, a lot of people that have teams, you know, you interview with the team lead, and then from there, you're kind of handed off to a team member. And you might not have as much, you know, communication and interaction with the team lead, the person that you interviewed and you thought that was going to be, you know, your representative through, you know, the home buying or selling process. Whereas, you know, with me, I really am very hands-on and you get me from start to finish. So I really I'm very proud in the product that product and service that I'm able to give my clients.
I love that boutique service, as I
Yes.
want to call it,
Yeah.
because these clients become friends or family to you.
Right.
Right? It's always you that is dealing with them, or your assistant that's helping, but ultimately it's you.
Right.
Which is wonderful.
Right.
So
yeah.
do you have majority of your clients in 2021, are they from within the state or have they come from all over the place?
You know, I would say most of them are from within the state, but we have had a lot of people moving down from San Francisco.
Okay.
So a lot of Northern California money coming into Southern California, a lot of tech that can work from home now. And they're like, you know what? San Francisco's great, but I'm over that gloomy weather. I need that Southern California sunshine. And yeah, it's been pretty unbelievable to see.
And San Diego's prices are still unbelievable in comparison to the Bay Area.
Yeah.
So they're coming down this way thinking, okay, you know what, we can get a bang for our buck over there.
Right.
You've got better weather, and then we're still great prices in comparison to a lot of the big cities.
Right.
So it's pretty amazing.
And you know, that's kind of driven up our prices a lot too, because you know, coming from San Francisco, you look at Southern California and you look at our prices and you're like, oh, well, that's a deal, right? So then we've had a lot of people coming in and offering, you know, 6 figures over the list price just to secure the home that they really want.
It's amazing.
It's been, you know, a little nutty, but we just kind of roll with it, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of how that progresses into, you know, 2022.
Right, and so let's
Yeah.
talk about that. What is your projection? If you had your own crystal ball, what would you project for 2022? Knowing what we know that the Fed just announced on Wednesday.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things like no one actually knows, right?
No,
like
right.
no one has that crystal ball.
Right.
But you know, I guess I should say my hope is that the market normalizes a little bit more. I mean, we're not in a bubble by any means. Prices are not going to come down. If you're looking for that deal, you know, you're not going to get it. Our inventory is low, the demand is high, and that's not going away. But I do think, you know, there was, you know, like I was saying before, such a hyper focus on homes. And I think it'll calm down and normalize a little bit. And that's my hope, because it'll at least give people an opportunity to buy where, you know, I've had a lot of clients this year who kind of have fatigue from the market, and a lot of them have kind of put things on hold, have been frustrated, and are kind of waiting for the new year. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, because, you know, it took the fun out of home buying a little bit for a lot of people.
Right.
In this kind of hyper competitive market that we've been in. So yeah.
So instead of maybe 12 to 20 offers, you're competing maybe against 2 to 5 offers.
Right.
Which is still unbelievable.
It's crazy.
For the seller.
It's
but
crazy.
Also achievable.
Right.
On the buyer side.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's not impossible.
Right.
And you know, what I tell a lot of my clients is, it's funny, I was showing a house the other day, and my client, she drives up and she gets out of her car and she's like, oh, this market, you know, I'm never gonna find a house. And what I like to tell people a lot is it only takes one. You know, I think in general in business and life, we're always so focused on, you know, quantity. Oh, there's no houses on the market. Well, that's not true. There's houses coming on the market every single day, and it only takes one.
Right.
So I think, you know, if we just get out of this mindset that it's impossible, and we just remember it only takes one. And I really do feel like it always works out the way it's supposed to.
Right.
The right house gravitates to the right person.
It's just having the patience.
Right.
Looking back at it, they go, oh, I'm so glad that I waited. But going through that process can be so grueling.
Right.
Right.
Right. And you know, nothing worth having comes easy, right?
Right,
So,
that's true.
Yeah, I think it makes people appreciate their homes a little bit more.
100% agree.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to hear how 2022 goes for you.
Yeah.
And what this market is going to do.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, but I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be an awesome year for all of us.
Me too. Well, happy holidays to you and your family. And I'm looking forward to having you back again to hear how it's going.
Yeah, happy holidays to you too.
Thank you so much, Kelly.